Let me show you some tips and tricks for Samsung Galaxy Watch 8. There are some hidden gestures called universal gestures that you can easily enable on your smartwatch. To do so, we need to open settings. Over here in settings, we're gonna scroll down into accessibility. There we go. Over here, we're gonna go to interaction and dexterity, and then we have universal gestures, which can be enabled. If you go here for the first time, if you turn it on for the first time, you will have the option to learn these gestures, so you can go through them in order to find out how to use them. But essentially, if you skip that and then you figure out that you don't know actually what to do with them, you can go back to that setting again, and at the bottom you will find the tutorial. Over here you can also find additional options that can also be quite useful to adjust for these gestures. If you open quick settings by swiping from the top towards the bottom like this, you should be able to find some shortcuts that can be quite useful. For example, you can find the flashlight over here, you can enable the water mode, or actually I believe it is called the water lock mode, which is quite useful if you plan on swimming with your Galaxy Watch 8. So by doing so, whatever you do on your phone, it doesn't matter, you cannot perform anything, and in order to turn it off you need to press and hold the home or upper button for 2 seconds. There we go, and after a couple of seconds you should be able to use your smartwatch, and you need to also shake off the water so the pressure sensor will work, so remember to do that. But what I wanted to also mention is that you can press and hold your finger on most of these options in order to find settings, to jump immediately into settings. So for example, over here I have location. I can press and hold my finger in order to immediately open settings of location. So this can be quite useful if you want to quickly jump into some options of the given feature. There is also the touch bezel gesture that is enabled by default, and it is used for scrolling. So while unlike on classic models you can rotate the bezel, in this case of course we cannot really do that, but you can actually use your finger and scroll around your bezel like this in order to scroll on the screen. And this option should actually be enabled by default, but just to check that, we can go to, I believe it was in buttons and the gestures over here. Actually, I think I'm wrong. Alright, my bad, it is actually in the general settings over here. So as you can see here, we have the touch bezel, and we can turn it on or off over here. So in case your smartwatch is doing some weird stuff, if you perform this gesture with your finger around the bezel, then of course you can turn it off. Of course, your Galaxy Watch 8 can be used for exercises, but what is quite useful is that if you go to the tiles that we have in the main screen, you can find this fitness area. So let's say we're gonna choose walking over here, and you can immediately start your exercise. But besides that, what is also quite useful is that you can go to the Samsung Health app, where you can find pretty much almost every activity that you can perform, that you can find every data about yourself. That is, as long as Galaxy Watch 8 is of course capable of collecting. And over here you can also find exercise. So here you can select manually your exercise, and you also can find settings over here at the bottom, so you can customize your target. So you can choose the target duration, target distance, or target calories. Over here we have some additional options like automatic pause and so on and so forth. So you can adjust these modes one by one, pretty much. The same goes with bike, we can adjust it as well. And yeah, so remember to do that. Well, at least these settings are shared between all these modes, but yeah, it's just remember to, it's worth remembering that you can adjust these options. Actually, my bad, these options are individual. So over here you can set up the distance so that every time you go into when you start the exercise manually on your smartwatch, then you immediately set the target, and you can set individual targets. In these health features, we can also find the running coach option, which allows you to find your running level. So if you are not certain what is your running level, you can determine it with the help of this running coach. Over here, to determine which distance you're ready to train for, you will need to complete a short survey followed by a 12-minute run that will measure your aerobic capacity. So you can give it a try and find out what is your perfect running level. There are in fact lots of features that can be mentioned in this video. We can find breathing exercises, we can count calories, we have body composition, steps, cycle tracking, and so on and so forth. Of course, some basic stuff like heart rate and so on, they also are available in the Samsung Health app. Most likely your smartwatch is connected to your phone by using the Galaxy Wearable app, and in this case this can also be quite useful because we have a more convenient watch face configuration. We also have access to app screens and so on and so forth. Everything can be customized over here, so instead of doing anything on your smartwatch, most of the things you can actually perform in this app. And while being on this app, what you can also do is go to notifications if you want to be informed about notifications from your phone, if you want to make sure that notifications from specific phone apps are displayed on your Galaxy Watch 8. You can go to app notifications over here, and you should be able to find the phone apps section. So you can enable notifications from phone apps, and they should be displayed on your Galaxy Watch 8. There are some visual adjustments available as well. More precisely, if you go to settings and open a display, then over here you should be able to find font style. You can enable the bold font, and you can adjust the font size. If you want to, for example, change the font completely, then you can do this. Over here we have several different options. If you want to make the text bigger or smaller, then of course you can easily do that like so. So as you can see now, everything is much bigger. And yeah, so definitely worth checking out. If you can see, as you can see, well, the list of apps can be quite long over here, and they have no app names. So at first it can be quite annoying to search for very specific apps that you're looking for, but this can be quite solved. More precisely, you have two options. You can either sort this list manually. You can reposition these apps quite easily just by pressing and holding your finger on the app, and then you can drag it to a different position and drop it anywhere it should be placed. But what can also be quite convenient is this set view option at the bottom, because over here we can switch from grid to list. And now we have a list that looks like this. It is of course alphabetical, and as you can see, it can be more convenient to use, I believe, at least for some people. There we go. So definitely worth checking out. There are also some shortcuts that can be assigned to buttons. So if you open settings and go to buttons and gestures, then over here we have, for example, the double press of the home button or long press of the home button, and also the back button has one customizable shortcut, that is the short press of the back button. And in this case, in the case of the short press, we can just go back to the previous screen, which is quite useful of course, but you can also show recent apps instead. In the case of long press, you can either choose a different assistant. You can switch between Google Assistant and Bixby, or you can choose power off menu. And for the double press, you can actually, for example, enable one of these modes, or you can quickly open a specific app. So if there is an app that you wish to have quick access to, you can set it up over here. So let's say I'm gonna actually choose something, let's say the health app. So now if I just double press the home button, I will immediately open Samsung Health app. So definitely worth setting up something useful over there. You can adjust the orientation of your Galaxy Watch 8. So for example, if you prefer to wear it on your right hand instead of the left hand, then of course you can simply open settings. Over here, if you scroll down, you should be able to find the general again. And then here we can find orientation. Over here you can choose on which wrist you will wear your Galaxy Watch 8, either left or right. And you can also choose the button position. So for example, if you wear your watch like this, in theory upside down, then we can switch to the left position, and now it works like this. So if you need to adjust that, you can easily do so in these settings. Last but not least, if your Galaxy Watch 8 has issues with detecting your wrist, it cannot collect some data, some features are not working properly, then there can be several reasons why this happens. This can be due to the watch not being put on correctly. Maybe it is too loose. For example, there is a little distance between the wrist and the watch. Maybe you have tattoos, so this can also be an issue for the Galaxy Watch 8. But it can actually be solved. If you open settings, then over here we can go to security and privacy, and over here you can disable wrist detection. If you do so, your watch won't lock automatically. The AOD, if it's enabled, the screen won't turn off automatically. Alerts and notifications will be shown even when you're not wearing your watch. So of course there are some drawbacks, but this can be useful if your watch has problems detecting your wrist. And that's pretty much it. I think these are the most interesting tips and tricks that we can perform on this smartwatch. Thanks for watching, leave a like and subscribe.